Hi, it's day 6 of the 9 candles, and my guest for today is, I'm sure you know who it is, but maybe some of you don't. This is Aley Martin from Heart and Soul Connected. And Aley is going to be very patient and I didn't realize how I was hanging my gifts out to dry while I light the candles, but I get to light candles. You get to sit there and look pretty.
That's okay. I put my scarf on, so I
She
dressed up
did.
for
She's
you.
all dressed up. As Jupiter and Venus meet in the sky on June 9th, we're invited for a moment of expansion, beauty, hope, heart-centered possibilities. Jupiter brings growth, wisdom, abundance, and vision. Come on, Jupiter, light up. There he goes. Venus. So it looks like it's lit. Venus, and I'm going to have to pull Venus out because she's being stubborn today. Venus brings love, harmony, creativity, pleasure, and connection together as they both light up for the day 3. They bring the powerful energy of gratitude, attraction, healing, and joy. Now, imagine standing on the twilight sky when in a golden sunset. Above you, Jupiter and Venus shine brightly together, the two celestial lights weaving their energy. The 9th is the night that'll be the clearest to see them, and they'll be there. And
Beautiful.
then we're going to say what they're going to whisper to us with Aley's candle. With Jupiter whispers, expand beyond fear, dream larger, trust the path opening before you. Venus whispers, open your heart, receive beauty, allow love and kindness to flow freely. And this is Aley's day 6 candle.
Beautiful.
See their combined light gently pouring around you and down you like a warm liquid starlight. It fills your head first and your heart, softening away the old worries, dissolving the heaviness, awakening joy. Let this light move through your body, into your mind in clarity, into your spirit for faith, into your hands for creation, and into your future for possibility. And then you ask, what am I ready to welcome with joy? Where am I being called to trust in the abundance? How can I create more beauty and harmony in my life? Now place those intentions into the hands of the universe, something you wish to see grow with grace, wisdom, and love. See Jupiter magnifying it with opportunity while Venus surrounds it with compassion. And then the final meditation is, I open my heart to divine timing. I welcome growth guided by love. I trust the beauty unfolding in my life. I feel the energy of Jupiter and Venus glowing around you, expansive, gentle, full of all those possibilities. This is when we look to the light of all of the candles. And when you're ready, return slowly, carrying that light with you. And we're going to return back to Aley. There we are.
Wow. What a beautiful meditation slash information, Nancy Jean.
Mm-hmm.
The divine timing is something that Ness talked about yesterday when she was on my show. We were talking about the astrology of June and July, for
Mm-hmm.
myself at least, and for others. And there's some good things coming. So, we have a lot to be grateful for, even in times of difficulty. So, I just want to say that what I'm seeing is immediate manifestation of, I'm being told by people that, they're thinking about something, they're asking for something, and it's like either right there that day or the day after, or at least by the end of the week. And when you don't have any doubt and you're believing in such things, those things do make manifest. So that's another thing. Divine timing comes in. We can't tell you when, but you also don't want to talk about or think about what's negative. So what I love about 9 candles is that it doesn't focus on any of that. It
No.
focuses only on the light of each day
Mm-hmm.
and the lessons that come with that day. So That's beautiful. I love that. I'm so glad that some of the words that you came up with, the manifestations, the divine timing, the light and love of the planets, we are seeing an awful lot of exponential growth. I've been teaching classes on Zoom. I have two more coming up this summer. I have
Mhm.
a spiritual alchemy class
Good.
that and we use journaling. And the
Mhm.
reason is it sort of reinforces the messages.
Yes, it does.
And then I have a class again, the second time I'm doing ancestral healing in July. And that has brought in a lot of people from around the world in the first class who really woke up and they were at the right place at the right time. It was
Hmm.
divine timing for them to take that class. So I do have now a website, and it's
Oh,
heartandsoulconnected.online. Yep.
okay.
And I have these classes coming up. You can always sign up for if you're interested, and I leave them at a really reasonable price. They're under, like, one of them is $50 for four classes,
Hmm.
and one is $60 for four.
Hmm.
So reasonably priced. It's not $400 or something like
No,
that.
no.
Yeah. But the camaraderie that we have from the meetings and
Hmm.
the connections, when we get to the last class, even myself, who grew exponentially through these classes, didn't want them to end. I just wanted them to continue because there
Yeah.
was such a great connection. So I'm sure you've seen that as well in classes that you've done.
When I
Yeah.
teach tarot,
Hmm.
what I do is I teach the 6 weeks, and I taught it that way in real world time before COVID,
Hmm.
face to
Yeah.
face with folks. And then um, not everybody makes it through the 6 weeks. Some people get to the point they get the cards defined, and that's all they care about. And other ones
Right.
want to stay and practice, and other ones get deeper into things. This last time, we were using Jeffrey's book about where is it? Oh, I don't have it in hands like, but it's about using tarot cards to look at your shadow side.
I love that.
And
That's beautiful.
and
Yeah.
and but we found what I have always found, which is people don't mind sometimes doing shadow work with me alone. A lot of people don't want to do it in the room, and I don't blame them. You
Yeah.
know, you couldn't
I
get me to change into a swimsuit in the middle of the room either. Uh
I get it. I totally, and that's the other thing. The beauty of it is if you want to share, you can. If you don't want
yeah,
to
that's
share,
right.
you've got your journal you can write in. But yeah, there is a hesitation when we get into some of the deeper stuff in the ancestral healing class. If you're not feeling comfortable sharing with the group, it makes it really difficult for those people to do such. But many of them they want to come to the class, but like they don't really want to go any deeper into their shadow because it's uncomfortable, you
No,
know?
I know that
Yeah,
guy. I know
yeah,
that
yeah,
thing
yeah,
that I'm
yeah,
carrying around with me. Why am I
right.
when I'm one of the things I learned when I came back from almost dying in June, not that I went to the other side and got talked to by angels. They said, you can go now. And I said, do you have a plan B? Is there another way? And they said, yeah, you go down the hall, get in an ambulance, you have 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours to the minute. They had figured out that they figured out what was going wrong, and they were able to treat it. And so I
Hmm.
5 days in the hospital sitting there by myself. Uh,
Hmm.
but when I came out of it, I was on supplemental oxygen for 6 weeks. And so I said, well, what's all this about? And I said, why do I feel different? And they said, you can't be angry anymore.
I
And
remember you
I'm like,
saying that. Yeah.
I'm a Taurus with Scorpio rising. What do you mean I can't be angry anymore? And they said, no, anger is not
Yeah.
in that's part of you
Yeah.
coming back. The other said, they said, you will see physical changes you never thought you would see. Now, I know, folks, this is not, see all those fingernails?
Mm-hmm.
Those are all my fingernails. This is the first time I've had all my fingernails all the right length, not breaking
Wow.
off in my entire life.
I'm very much like that myself. But I've only had three or two, or so I know I'm going to aim for what you're doing.
Anyway, and
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
said you're going to see, they said physically you're going to see how much of you changed inside.
Yeah.
And um I think when you teach a class like we teach, and I teach Tarot primarily, but people want me to teach one on sacred geometry, which means I have to invent a curriculum. So
Hmm.
y'all are going to have a wait. Um, and I do things occasionally about crystals, but
Hmm.
they, when you go to those classes, the reason I think we need to make them reasonable in cost is
Hmm.
because that's where our communities get to meet each other and grow.
Oh yeah. Yes, absolutely. And there's just having that availability for us to meet and talk and discuss.
Hmm.
And but it was what was really interesting for me was that when you teach a class, you also learn a hell of a lot.
Oh, I learn more from what I teach than
Yes.
otherwise. And
Yeah.
the other thing we found is 6 weeks is enough if everybody sticks it out. I mean,
Hmm.
by the end of that 6 weeks, they can read cards. And
Right.
then people said, but we want more practice. And I actually had one group that formed its own practice group, and they would meet once
Good.
every other week. And then, so this last class, I had my 6 weeks of tarot. Then I had three addended weeks that if you've ever studied tarot with me, you got an email and it was real, and you could have 2.5 hours to come in and practice with other people. And I don't
Hmm.
do breakout rooms. We really all stay in the same room and we all look at the same thing.
Okay.
It works
Okay.
out.
Yeah.
I teach
That's
with
kind of
that.
like how we do the dream analysis in when we're doing that. I understand. Yeah. Because everybody's perspective is so different, and no matter what you've learned when you're learning the tarot, you still have your own personal meaning sometimes from the cards you
Oh,
utilize.
I've
Yeah.
had I've
Yeah.
had students give me meanings I didn't even see. And
Right.
when I teach tarot, the first class I teach is numerology.
There
Because
you go.
if you don't
Yeah.
understand 1 to 9, if you can understand 1 to 9 and what each of the suits means, that's that
Mhm.
much of the deck, guys. I mean,
Of course it is. Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
from then it's all downhill.
That's very true.
But
That's very true.
yeah,
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
that's how we teach, and maybe it's how you want to learn. So keep your eyes out. And when
Yeah.
do your classes start?
I have the Alchemy, Spiritual Alchemy. We're using a book that just came out, and she's got some short readings, which I like. I like
Hmm.
shorter readings for people to look at, and then we discuss some of the topics. And so there's that back and forth. And then as we move forward, we explore a few other ways of turning lead into gold in our own personal lives. And
Right.
that starts on June 7th, and it's the 4 Sundays and the first Sunday in July.
Okay.
So yeah, and then in July 12th, I have 4 Sundays ending on August 2nd, and that's for the ancestral healing. And that one was quite, that one, I mean, I like the first one. The first one is great. I enjoyed doing it. But the second one, I think people are ready to heal some of their ancestral wounds that they've been carrying for years and years,
Hmm.
even if it's just their parents in them or their
Hmm.
brother and sister. But if you can go back even further, it's even better. So, yeah.
Well, very
Mm.
good.
Yeah.
That's very good. And so, besides all that, you all get to come on to watch the Nine Candles at it's premiere. It's a premiere, and it'll be on at 7 o'clock. And I'll send you the information, Allie, so you can send it to your
Okay.
people. And
Very good. Yeah.
it, a lot of people. Well, you we did it in the evenings because once people went back to work, the first time I did Nine Candles, we were all at COVID, so everybody was sitting at home
Yeah.
lighting candles for desperately seeking hope. But
Hmm.
anyway, we're going to go back and I'm going to tell you, we always have to blow the candles out. Now, the first time I did
Yeah.
9 candles, I didn't go
Hmm.
back and blow them out each time. And then people said, how come your candles, you keep having candles? Mine keep burning down. Well, no, you have to blow them out.
Yeah. All right. 2, 3,
Or
4, 5, 6.
I wasn't any good at
Beautiful.
that as a kid either. Okay. Crystals focus on love or family harmony, carrying us through stressful situations and emotions. Placing the quartz crystal that's at the center of this will bring you peaceful sleep and loving energy. The meditation around the quartz crystal is I open my heart to love and healing, compassion and peace. And that's where we want to end it. I'm going to come say goodbye to Allie and then we will close it all down. And
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
you if you like us, if you wandered over from I've got a lot of different readers. If you wander from that lady looks interesting. Her name is Aley Martin. She's at Heart and Soul Connected. Allie's
Mhm.
one of the first people I ever read with. She came over and we worked on I Ching
Yes, we did. We
5 years
did.
ago. Seems like just yesterday.
It does, Nancy Jean.
So
Yeah.
anyway, and thank all of y'all for coming tonight. And tomorrow we will be doing the seventh candle, the power
Very,
candle. Bye.
very good. Thank you, Nancy Jean. Bye bye.